YouTube family, welcome back to Simz Vidz. I'm Simone. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. Before we get into anything, what I want you to do is hit that subscribe button. I want you to comment, like, and share this video. I've been MIA lately, and there is good reason. Where do I start? As I've said in previous videos, I am a registered early childhood educator, and I work with babies. Well, I caught a virus at work, a bad virus too. For the past couple of days, I've not been able to eat. I can't keep anything down. When I do feel like eating, don't really have an appetite. What I have been eating and what's staying down so far is soup. And I've been drinking a lot of ginger tea. I've been taking my emergency as well as other stuff to kind of help me out. What I am thankful for, the virus that I did catch, it's not a respiratory. It's more of, the stomach area. Anyways, before we get into anything further, what I want you to do is like this video. Please comment, share, and don't forget to turn on your post notification. Well, no better way to get in it is to actually get in it. So where do I start? For the past couple of weeks, I've been having babies coming in sick. And when I say sick, I'm talking coughing, fever, they're irritable, they're not eating, they just want to be held. And when you work with babies, all you want to do is make sure that they're comfortable. Well, there was a few babies that we were noticing was not getting better. They were actually getting worse. And what we would do is when parents would come, we'd say to parents, oh, he or she, they've not been eating, they can't sleep because they can't breathe properly, all he or she is doing is cry. We give the parents an update as to how the child's day was. And it's not all negative. We would say, oh, but he actually painted today. Yes. Believe it or not, babies do paint. They paint with a paintbrush. They do finger painting. They glue. Yeah, we get creative. You have to keep it creative for them to be engaged. Yeah, so we would just let the parents know what type of day the child was having, as well as them not feeling good. I don't want to pinpoint anyone, but there were 3 specific children where parents were saying that the child was not sick. Now, people, not to say because 3 of these parents only have 1 child each that they don't know what they're doing, because I only have 1 child. But I've been through this. just looking at a child, you can tell if a child is not well. Like, come on, let's be for real. What it was is they had to go to school because they had exams, or they just didn't want to take time off work. That's what it was. Anyways, so we would verbalize that these babies were not feeling well. And the parents would say, oh, as if they didn't realize, like, come on, people. The kids are not just going to feel this way at daycare. They're going to feel this way even at home. But because they don't want to stay home with their sick child, they're pretending as if they don't know what we're talking about. Anyways, as I said, for, I would say, 2 weeks, this was going on for. And, we were verbalizing to the parents, keeping the communication open, da-da-da-da. Well, when I went into work last week, there were, as I said, 3 specific children that were getting worse. And it was so bad that all they were doing was crying. And we were thinking, oh my goodness, could this child be in pain? Because the last thing you want is for a child to be uncomfortable. Anyways, the day went on and the unthinkable started happening. These children started throwing up like they were fountains, like it was just coming out as if it was like a fountain. Like, that's the best way, like projectile vomiting. It was so bad. And once that started happening, we're like, 3 children vomiting? Oh boy. So right away, we started to up our disinfecting. Mind you, in an infant room, it is so important that you disinfect and sterilize the toys on a daily basis. But we're sterilizing toys like a number of times throughout the day. Like, we have like a little basket designated for mouthing toys. And as soon as like a staff gets a chance, what we'll do is we have a disinfectant that we spray, but the best way to disinfect is actually running it through the dishwasher because of the temperature. But if the food service worker is in the kitchen, obviously we can't use it. So we were doing our disinfecting as best as we could. Anyways, when this vomiting episode started, we started upping the disinfecting. We were wiping everything down. We were making sure that everything was clean because we did not want this to get out of control. We thought we had the situation under control. It started with vomiting and then diarrhea. And I'm telling you, these babies were exploding. I changed a child where I didn't even know where to begin. A staff literally had to take the baby from the change table, okay, and put her in the sink and just wash her area off thoroughly. Put her back on the change table, pat her right dry per routine. And then after she did that, she has to disinfect. Mind you, after every change, it is protocol that you disinfect the diapering area. It's protocol. Well, A lot of people do not know diarrhea is contagious. A lot of people don't know this. The thing is, since we started seeing these children not feeling well, we started wearing our mask. Yeah, it was bringing me back to COVID times where we had to wear a mask. The only thing that was missing, honestly, was our goggles. I was wearing gloves, not just me, even my coworkers. We were wearing gloves, our mask. We were constantly disinfecting. And then our main concern was making sure that these children were okay. A specific little girl, I came in one morning and she was sleeping. And I signed myself in and I was hearing like a grunting sound from the sleep room. So I went into the sleep room and I could tell that this little girl was in such discomfort. She was literally grunting in her sleep. A baby who just turned 12 months, grunting. So, protocol is to check on sleeping babies every 30 minutes. I think we were checking on her every 10 to 15 because the grunting moment there where I went to go check on her and her breathing did not sound right to me. So when I started hearing that her breathing was starting to sound funny, I was on my P's and Q's. She ended up waking up shortly after. When I picked her up out of her crib, I could just smell that she had a very loose bowel movement. And I said, oh my gosh, this smells like diarrhea. When I went to change her, that's exactly what it was. I told my coworker to come because I wanted somebody to see. I wasn't making this up. This little girl had diarrhea, like it was like water was in her diaper. Like that's how much of it was. Anyways, I changed her, did what I had to do. And then when I picked her up to bring her back into the playroom, this little girl started throwing up. I was like, oh my goodness, no, this baby cannot stay here. It's not fair for her. She's not well. She should be home. So I called the parent, explained to the parent what was going on. Mind you, keep this in mind, people. This is one parent that I've been keeping the dialogue open for the last 2 weeks, that the child was not feeling well. One of 3. But this parent, I was making sure she knew what was going on with her baby. Fine. She comes and she picks up the child. And I'm telling her, I really think that you should bring her to the doctor, or if you can, bring her to Sick Kids, because her breathing is sounding very strange to me. She was like almost wheezing. Well, not even almost, she was wheezing. On top of the vomiting, the diarrhea. At that time, she did not have a fever. Actually, no, she did not have a fever, but she looked flushed. Like looking at this baby, you could tell she was not well. Parent came to pick her up and she didn't say much. She was listening to what staff was saying, but she did not say much. When I went home that evening, I just started to feel so bad out of nowhere. That evening, I didn't eat because I felt I had no appetite. And then all of a sudden, I just started projectile throwing up. I was throwing up to the point where I started feeling weak. I've never thrown up that much, not even when I was pregnant. My body was insisting for me to bring things, and there was nothing in my stomach. Because that day I didn't really eat anything. Well, it got worse. From the throwing up, well then, I started to have diarrhea. And I was like, oh my goodness. That whole night, I kept getting up to go to the bathroom. The whole night I did not sleep. I had to call in to work and let them know what was going on. And what I find so funny is the parent that came to pick up her child came to the daycare the following morning saying that she brought her child, 2 sick kids, and they said that there was nothing wrong with the child. Stay with me, people. There's nothing wrong with the child, yet all 4 staff caught the virus. And it wasn't just her. There was 3 babies in total that was displaying these symptoms. Coughing, all of that. Those 3 babies, we started to see that other babies with the runny nose. But 3 particular, it was more consistent. All right. So, this parent was trying to say that there was nothing wrong with her child, yet all 4 staff were not feeling well. And it came to a point where public health had to get involved, and an outbreak, yes, was determined. So there's nothing wrong with your child, and I'm not saying it was just that child. I'm just saying that parents, when you see that your child is not well and they have coughing, sneezing, runny nose, they may look flushed, their bowel movements may be loose, they're not eating, come on. Why would you bring the child to daycare to put others at risk? I did not think that was fair. I didn't think that was fair on me or my coworkers. I really didn't. And honestly, I was so upset because even though we were talking to these parents, they were not doing their part in making sure that their child was actually fit to attend a program with other children. So right now I'm in recovery. I'm not feeling as bad as I did on Friday. I'm actually feeling a bit better, but my appetite, there's nothing there. When I do eat something, my stomach feels queasy and I feel that it's gonna come back up. So I've just been drinking my tea. And yeah, that's basically it. Oh, and I'm drinking Gatorade for the electrolytes. Thankfully, things are getting better with me. But my whole thing is all of this could have been avoided And that's all, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. All of this could have been avoided. But I am drinking my tea. I'm just trying to rest. That's another thing. I've been feeling so tired that, like, I'm not one to really take naps during the day, but ever since I caught this virus, I've been getting in some really good naps. So I'm hoping by the time this is all over, I will be well rested. But I do want my appetite to come back. It is concerning that I can't really keep anything down. If it continues, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor. Maybe I need, something. I don't know. Hopefully not. So far, I haven't gone to the doctor. I've just been, trying to do my own little remedies, and they seem to be working. So, yeah, this has been, these last 2 weeks they've been something. They have been something. A virus, people. Imagine that. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this little story time. So I have had such a festive last 2 weeks that I ended up catching a virus. I just have to laugh about it now because what can I do? However, thank you so much for watching the videos. What I am asking you all to do is please subscribe. If you're still watching, push that button, push that subscribe button now, please. And I want to hear your comments. If you have any advice for me as to what I can take, for my unsettled stomach, please put it in the comment. I'm so open to try things right now. I just, want to feel better. So comment, like, share, and don't forget to push your post notification so you won't miss a post. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope that you found it informative. And I will see you in the next video. Take care.